Jay Claver makes it sound like he knows exactly when XRP will go off the charts. I have a lot of other clips too. I thought it would be fun to make a movie of the clips people have sent me over the last few days to answer their questions. Let's start right away. This is the first one. We got Zachary. He asks, "Hey, Legend, do you know anything about XRP? That's also the expected schedule that you can't tell us." I'm not going to do that. Thanks for the great chat, Zach. I hope so. Okay, there it is. It sounds like he knows something but can't tell us, possibly because of an NDA. This clip is also his. XRP reserves are quickly running out. Before the market wakes up, you should know how the coming supply shock will work. XRP going away from exchanges has been a hot topic among leaders for the past few days. That $50 to $100 amount isn't so crazy anymore. You're the best. Thanks for that. Some people still don't believe what I say. They don't believe in the domino theory all the time. They are asking me, what if that or this doesn't happen? Look, I'm not going to go on. To be clear, Jake Claver did not come up with the domino idea, right? That was there before Jake Claver kind of stepped in, but he used the domino idea to make the XRP story fit, just making sure you knew that. You've already talked about it a lot of times this year, this week, this month, and this year. If it wasn't certain, okay. Like, there's a reason why my theory about what will happen hasn't changed in 18 months. You can make what you will of that, but I'm still sure about how things are going to turn out, and it's been proven right over and over again. All the things I've been talking about for the past year and a half have slowly come true. That should give you enough confidence to think that the rest of it will hold up, so you can position yourself properly. Yes, Jake says there's no doubt it will happen. He knows what he needs to know. He's taking it apart. He also talks about how the US debt situation might be solved digitally. Let us check that out. To settle the debt, there are goods and debts that you owe. You need your assets to go up to match your debt if your debts are this high. Just imagine that the US government had a lot of XRP on their books. What would happen? That has never been checked out. This is what David Sachs said. The people doesn't know what the government thinks of crypto. The only thing we know for sure is that they had the Bitcoin that they might have sold now. We'll see. That is a great way to do it. David Sachs, they've been in there since January. That's crazy. We still don't know how much cryptocurrency the government holds, even though it's almost November. Does anyone else think it's odd that they haven't been able to get that message across to the public? Really? I just want to know if it's important. It's been 10 months, right? It's been almost a year. What is it that we don't know? I don't understand that. They don't even have to change the number this time. A lot of people think they'll revalue this and that they don't need to do that. They can use how the market works. They know how to set off triggers. What they need to do is set off this chain of events that will raise the price of XRP to thousands of dollars. Quickly, Davis Schwartz says that no one can change the value of any, including XRP, right? That's not possible. Okay, it can happen because of things like market forces, demand, and what Jake is talking about here, but no one has the power to say, this is this, right? That's not possible. You would have to have a global meeting with the leaders of every country in the world. Bring everyone together and say, that's why you need to make laws. I have no idea how you would do it. At this point, it is against the rules for someone to come in and set a price, and if they had enough of it on their books worth thousands of dollars, it would go from $250 to $2,000, which is 700 times their money. That should be enough of an asset to cover most of the debt if they had enough of it. That's how it would work. They didn't pay it back. They only have enough funds to cover their debts. After that, they can borrow against that to pay off the loan. Then they can lend the money to someone else. This is how we do things at Digital Wealth Partners, right? You could be your own bank. The government is its own bank. Because the dollar is the world's reserve currency, the US government has been able to print its way out of every crisis so far. What's the other side of this shift going to be like for them? They understand that. So if you knew that was going to happen, you might start a company like BlackRock and some other companies to make sure that you would still be the world leader in this transition. You would do this by disrupting or disintermediating yourself and planning it in the right way so that you would still have an edge over other countries around the world. I'll play this clip that was just sent to me. With XRP, you're not just making another investment, you're making a family wealth event that might only happen once in a lifetime. It's strange that people don't believe me. On one side, I know the sounds. I'll have to cast it and try to fix it. Please say sorry, own something else. People find it hard to understand what this product is going to be worth and how much it will grow in value over the next 5 to 10 years. In my lifetime, I will never have another chance to make this much money in such a short amount of time. Yes, you could make that much money in such a short time, but I don't think you could do something wrong. Like I've seen other people do it. It was either drugs or some shady stuff, like to put money into something. Others have done it, and you've seen them hold on to it and make so much money without doing anything. I know that this network and this asset will make so much money that it has never been seen before. I don't think it will ever happen again. I can't say that again ever. As long as I live, I will say for sure. This is what people mean when they say once in a lifetime. That's about it for this multi-generational deal. I agree with Jake. One time in a lifetime, once every generation or once every other generation. I agree very much. Jake also shared this. The White House just announced that the US and Japan will join forces again. This is the mark. Now I want to know if this has anything to do with rippling XRP. Of course, that's what I wanted to know. The deal, called New Golden Age for the US and Japan, which was signed on October 28, 2025, is a well-known strategic framework that aims to improve economic security and growth between the US and Japan. It confirms that both countries are committed to working together more on important issues like trade, rare earths, advanced technology, and economic security. It builds on previous deals and a joint statement released in 2025. The main goal of this deal is to strengthen economic and technological links between the US and Japan. It was signed by President Donald Trump of the US and Sane Takichi, who is the new Prime Minister of Japan. The scope also includes trade and business, as well as a plan for the US and Japan to work together on important minerals and technology. The real goal of this fund is to get 550 billion yen in investments from Japan in the US. There are official documents about Ripple and XRP, as well as a White House news release and government summaries. In none of the main books does it say anything directly about Ripple and XRP. I just thought I'd bring that up. Of course, Deanna has to add her XRP liquidity advice at this point, why you might not be able to sell XRP at its highest price. I believe this is a different Jake Claver that someone sent me. Jake Claver, CEO of Digital Ascension Group, just dropped some big news. Everyone who owns XRP needs to know. Big news that everyone needs to know. If the market goes up, this could keep you from losing a lot of money. Most people still think that when XRP moons, they should just sell it for $10 and get their money. Easy, right? Not really. When a lot of people try to sell at the same time, there aren't enough buyers to fill all the orders at the same price. This is known as thin liquidity. It's possible for your order to fill at 850 instead of 10 when you hit sell. This is called slippage. Yes, it does have the power to cost you a lot of money very quickly. It's like when the fire alarm goes off at a show and everyone tries to leave through the same small door, but some people get stuck. That's what goes on at Parabolic Rises. A lot of people want to leave at once, but the door isn't liquid enough. Because of this, it's even more important for XRP that small traders use normal exchanges like Coinbase or Kraken, while large institutions like banks, hedge funds, and businesses don't. People trade with each other outside of exchanges through deals known as over-the-counter OTC trades. After Ripple's and 1 billion purchase of G Treasury, even more XRP liquidity is about to move out of exchanges and into business payment systems. That is good for using XRP in the real world, but when everyone tries to sell, there is less XRP on the market. Yes, prices could go through the roof during the next XRP bull run, but it won't be as easy as hitting a button to cash out. Move your XRP off of